All right, family. Welcome, family. It is Sunday, November 26th. A little bit, it's like what, almost 4:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to our Tai Chi Q&A, where we're obviously talking about Kung Fu, martial arts, health, wellness, fitness, and anything else for reason. I'm your host, Cedar Jamie. This is the lovely Sifu Larry.
Homeless.
And Sifu Fu.
Helpless.
And they're Shaolin. And
Hopeless.
hopefully we're going to be able to help y'all. All right, let's see who is on right now. We have Fernando, and we have Adi Toby, and Shalom is on. Caesar is on. Ed is on. Adi Toby's coming in from Chicago. Looney Ben says, if anyone needs a cup of tea, I'm a teapot. Spill the tea, bro. Spill the tea. All right.
Are you short and stout?
Let's see. John M says, hey family, hope all is well. John's coming in from South Jersey. Darren says, good morning from Western Australia, where it is early morning for Darren. Darren is one of our awesome members, not just here on Inner Tai Chi, but also he's one of our Abbott Lifetime members in Enter Shaolin. He is super dedicated because it doesn't matter whether it's cold, hot, early in the morning, he shows up unless something major is going on. So thank you for showing up, bro. We appreciate you. Same with Adi Toby. He's usually on, except for when he took a hiatus for a little bit. But, you know, sometimes we need a break. We get it. But he is back in action and better than ever. And then we also have our Springfield on. Coming in from maybe Rick Springfield. This is our Springfield. This is a good day from Arkansas. All right, let's see. It says no Kung Fu or Tai Chi dojos around these parts, so I rely heavily on channels such as y'all. Thanks for doing what you do. Well, thank you. And if you'd like to dig deeper into what we do, family, we actually have a sale going on our full membership. So if you like the videos you guys and gals have seen on Inner Tai Chi, you'll love Inner Shaolin because we break down things in super, super detail. If we have time, I'll show you guys a little bit inside the website and what that looks like. I'll drop the link in here. You can just go to innershaolin.com/go.
Let me actually say, like, if you do like Inner Tai Chi's content and you think the lessons are good, they pale in comparison to the stuff that we put in Inner Shaolin, because, you know, we wanted people to pay us money for Inner Shaolin. So we wanted to give you guys free value. So if you really like the free value stuff that we were giving, just imagine what's inside Inner Shaolin. You can ask her. I just sit there and tears come out of my eyes all the time about how much content I've actually put all over the internet over the past 10 years. All right, I'm done.
Don't cry.
I digress.
Don't cry. He was tearing up a little bit last week, which is actually why. Can I talk about that real quick? Or do you want to talk about it? Oh, okay. Well, he doesn't want to talk about nothing. But I don't know. I think some people might think that's objectionable depending on the subject. So you might have noticed, for those of you that have been a part of Inner Tai Chi, that a lot of our videos that used to be free to everyone are locked behind the paywall. And you'll see a little join button. It's $4.99. YouTube takes 30% of it. Do the math on that. It's really not even a cup of tea at most places, but we joke and say
Starbucks.
It's that. Yeah, it's less than that. And that is to help us to keep doing what we're doing, because
I just can't figure out how do you know how many members we have in our premium membership on YouTube? Do you know how many members we have? Let me tell you how many.
How many?
Oh, you asked. I said 50. 174,000 subscribers we have, over 174,000. We got 50 YouTube subscribers.
So we have 50
Premium.
super grateful people. Then.
50 super grateful people who are buying us a cup of coffee. Wait, Sifu, you want? Nah, we're not giving nobody anything. We just
no, we get to share it all. It's only one per month, and we get to share the cup of.
I like it when people, I like when people say, "Are you guys doing a money grab?"
Oh, that
money grab.
Look, most of what we do and have been doing over the past
we're doing a money give.
years has been a money give. Yes, a money give and a lot of give. So help us to keep doing what we're doing, because we're not considered advertiser friendly, because we do teach how to fight and take care of business here at Inner Shaolin. So we actually did a video, I believe it's on our welcome part of the YouTube channel here at Inner Tai Chi. You can go check it out. See if there, just put it up. It explains why we were making the change. Literally, we did the math, and over the past 364 days, basically the ad revenue was like not even $2,000, and that's not even enough to pay for a month of running Inner Shaolin and Inner Tai Chi, let alone divide that, you know, by 12 months. And it's just insane. So even with our YouTube premium membership, we were giving a lot of good content in there, but even still the overall from merchandise and that we were talking about, it was a little over $4,000. So that's still not enough to pay for all the bills here. So help us to keep doing what we're doing. If you love our content, the stuff we are putting out for free, we still are putting out shorts and other really engaging content, but better yet, you know, invest in yourself. Most of you are probably spending $4.99 every day or every other day on random things that are not good for you. So help us help you. Join the premium.
$5 a month. People watch our stuff. I have people say, "You guys are amazing."
If you're not sure how to do that,
you guys are awesome.
Below this video, there's a join button. It literally says join on the main Tai Chi channel. It says join. You'll see it all over the place. Join. Click on that. I had some gentleman write in saying he was really confused. He's already a subscriber. Why can't he access these videos? I'm like, because there's a membership and then there's being a subscriber. So if you see the join button and you're logged in, that means you're just a subscriber, which thank you. You still help out, you know, still help us do what we do, but help us more. And I see we got some super chats. Someone just gave us some love. And that's another way when we're on these lives, help us to keep doing what we're doing, because we have literally proverbially been doing this stuff for free the majority of the time, or getting pennies. I don't even know if it's even pennies on the hours that we put in. I think it's even less than that. So help us to keep doing what we do. Well, I don't know.
I never see any of it.
What is $4,000? Well, no, in the past couple of years, I have been funding Inner Shaolin.
Wait.
By myself.
Oh, Master. How much money you make into Shaolin? Tell them. Let them know.
Nothing.
Yeah, right
Wait,
now.
how much?
Right now we're
Nothing.
receiving
Zero.
Nothing.
Yes,
So next
for the
person
past
that says
couple
anything
years.
about money to me, I swear to God, come to my
Yeah,
studio.
so we're
Come
doing
on.
this out of love and out of passion, out of drive. Before the pandemic, we were all here on a regular basis between our students coming in and everything like that. We were able to be here full time. Now we're not. We're working on getting back to that, but we need your help in order to do that. So if you love us and you want to see more of our beautiful faces and get more content from us, you know, either join Enter Shaolin, go to entershaolin.com/go. There's a really awesome deal on our lifetime membership at entershaolin.com, or at least, you know, spare $4.99, please, and help us out. And that's just a monthly cost, and you're going to get access to all the locked out content on here. Sifu Larry's still going to be adding new content for the members only part of this as well. So lots of stuff. Help us to keep doing what we're doing, because we don't want to quit and we don't want to stop sharing this awesome information with all y'all. But obviously we got to be able to pay bills, right?
To put it this way, if you drink coffee at Starbucks or you buy coffee from anywhere once every morning before going to work, it's 1 day sacrifice of coffee. That's it. Out of, you know, the 22 days working. That's all it is.
Okay, Caesar.
Get water.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say some people's water costs more than that, and that's just for one water. So help us to keep doing what we're doing. For those that already support us, thank you so much for doing what you do. Really appreciate you. Caesar says, please, antique wrapping technique with a Muay Thai fighter. Well, no one here is a Muay Thai fighter, so I'm not sure where I can grab one of those.
Or critique or antique? What's antique wrapping technique?
I'm not sure. Caesar, can you clarify? And thank you for the super chat, love, brother. I really appreciate you. I don't think you meant to say antique wrapping, but I could be wrong. If you have
Does it mean critique?
A link to something, I know it won't let you share it here on YouTube, but you can email me real quick at support@entershaolin.com if it's a video that you want us to maybe critique or cover or something. But please let me know exactly what you're referring to, and we will help you. I hope you're not looking for me to find a Muay Thai fighter real quick, because there's no one here that's a Muay Thai fighter. But if you're not looking for one and you're just curious about how to deal with whatever this particular wrapping technique is, let us know a little bit more and we'll get that clarified and help you out there. So let me refresh my page, because for some reason this YouTube channel is getting us stuck over here. All right. Okay, let me see the Caesar.
80 Toby says he thinks maybe he's saying anti-grappling technique.
Maybe. Okay.
But a Muay Thai fighter is not grappling.
Right.
Unless he means the clinch.
Maybe to take him down.
The clinch.
So yeah, Caesar, if you could be more specific, give us all the details, like what specific move that a Muay Thai fighter is doing that you want to know an anti-grappling technique. Is 80 told?
But Muay Thai is not a grappling system. It's a striking system. The only grappling system part of Muay Thai is the clinch, which is the hands coming on the neck.
But that doesn't matter if he still wants to know how to deal with it.
I'm saying if he's talking about anti-grappling or he's talking about the clinch, that's the only clinch that's grappling state that Muay Thai has. All the other ones are strikes. So unless that's what he's referring to, that's what I'm saying. Is he referring to that? Because that's the only grappling state I can think a Muay Thai fighter will do too.
Yeah, let us know, Caesar, and we'll come back to that. And let's see, Don says, we love you guys, don't worry. We are not stressed, we are not worried. We know the Most High has got us, but the reality is we have to pivot and make changes and stuff. We are going to have lots of different affordable ways for people to be able to help us be able to help you guys and gals and not break the bank for you guys. We know members all over the world. We know that we're not the only one dealing with this crazy, financial ups and downs that have been going on for the past several years for a lot of people. We've had people have to quit because they can't afford a $27 membership because, they don't have work anymore, or this and the other. So the point of this on YouTube is to help us to keep helping you guys. And then if you want to join the site, there's that as well. And you can get way more in-depth training on there, and you can really choose your path. Enter Shaolin 2.0 is going to be launching to our members this upcoming week. And then after we get all the bugs fixed and get some critiques from them, we'll be launching that out to everyone else too. And that will be another touch point and a way for you guys to get just more information and training from us in a more intimate setting if you're interested in that. So let's see. Toby says, I love beautiful faces. We love you too. And let's see. He also says, not my Dunkin'. Look, we're just asking to give up one of your Dunkin' a month. That's it. You can have it the rest of the days. Just one. Okay. Let's see.
If not, you're chicken.
Just one, that's it. Cohere says, any tips or exercises to work on my form, i.e. weight distribution? I want to become more nimble, but a big guy. I feel this might help while I work on shredding these pounds.
Okay, so you're a big guy. Okay, to be nimble, you need to be grounded, you need to be rooted, and there's a thing that you want to do that's going to help you become more nimble. And I wonder if I should say, I say it before, I've said it before, so it's nothing new. But to get more nimble, okay, you have to find your root. So if you're going like this, you're not going to be nimble because you're actually off balance. To be nimble, you have to find your root. Okay, your root is the connection from the head to the ground. So you need to keep this grounded that way. So you find your root that way. 2, when you want to turn, here's the secret. Okay, I said it before. Use your waist, not your feet for footwork to turn. Okay, if I'm going to move, I'm going to turn. I don't try to do this through my body. It's actually in my hip. So if I want to move, it comes from my hips. So you can see how if I want to become nimble, I actually turn my hips to make my movement. So if I'm going like this, here I can go in for there. So again, I use my hips to make these turns and cut the angles. That's going to be the key to becoming much more agile. If you're doing it where your core's off and you're going like this and you're going like this, you're not going to be as nimble. It's always going to throw you, especially if you have big weight, because that's more mass coming off center. It's got to take more energy to return. So use your hips, keep your core right, find your root. Those are the keys to actually becoming more nimble. In terms of how nimble you can become, again, obviously the bigger you are, it does take more energy. Obviously, you know, a car that weighs, you know, 1,000 pounds versus a car that weighs 10,000 pounds, it takes less energy to move a 1,000-pound car. But the advantage of a car that weighs 1,000 pounds has much more energy to go forward. So if you're going to use it to cut and hit, you can generate more power that way. But it takes more energy to do that. So there's always a plus and minus to everything. If you're a big guy like that, learn to keep your core right, find your root, and then use your waist to make turns. So when you want to do this, it's actually in your hips. So this is how we can make these movements more agile. Plus, it's more powerful because you're going to be a lot more powerful. Your body's much more connected. It's more centered, so you're not throwing anything off center. And then because it's centered, you can pivot and turn and get the connection to get the strikes to become more powerful. So that's my tips for you if you want to be more nimble. Keep your core right, find your root, and use your waist. Hope that helped.
All right, lots of great information there. And also, I don't believe you're a member, but if you decide to join the site, you can, as soon as you join, you'll get a welcome email and there'll be a way for you to sign up for an orientation, and we'll talk about all your training goals and help you utilize the site to match those goals. So we can help you get more nimble. We can even help you shred some of those pounds pretty easily if you're willing to do the work. Obviously, you know, I can lead a horse to water, I can't make you drink. Okay, so if you haven't already, I put the link here in the chat. It is entershaolin.com/go. So let's see, let me scroll back up here because I think I might have missed one before that. And Cohere did say salute to the whole team watching from London, UK. We have some members out your way, so you are in good company. I don't know if Errol is on right now. Let's see here. Let me scroll back up and just make sure because I saw it. Okay, yep, I took care of that one. All right, cool. All right, so we're still waiting for Caesar just so we can make sure that we take care of his request fully. And we'll come back to that. Baki says, yo, I can't wait for y'all to make more money because $1,500 for a whole year is crazy. Yeah.
And you know how you can help?
It's not
donating.
It's not sustainable at all. But we want to keep doing what we're doing. And that's just to show you like how dedicated we are, because a lot of people are like, oh, I had a funny situation when my dad passed away. And you're like, how could you have a funny situation when your dad passed away? Where my sister-in-law like asked me if she could ask me a question. I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And my grandma, literally the year before she passed away, my grandparents got to come visit, and it was so cool because it was like the first time anyone came to visit me here in New Jersey, and it was really cool to show them around and show them that in South Jersey it's not like what most people think of. There's a lot of country, and there's a lot of pine trees and a lot of cool things. But apparently my grandma went back home and told everyone I was like this famous YouTuber and I was wealthy, and I was like, That would be awesome, but let me talk about the ad revenue and why we don't get the amount of ad revenue we should. And it's because we're actually trying to help people truly better their lives and make sure that they can protect themselves and their families. And apparently that's not advertiser friendly. So we do get a lot of people have this misconception that we are like independently wealthy and doing these things. And God willing, one day, and when that happens, you guys will be the first to know, because we will have some kind of major celebration and there will be like a healing retreat center and all kinds of things, all the stuff that we've been talking about, an RV tour going around at least the United States, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So when we get there, you guys and gals will be the first to know. If you'd like to help us out, click that join link below this video and sacrifice one Dunkin' or one coffee or one cup of tea a month or one fancy water, or I don't know, a lunch at, hopefully you're not eating at
There's
McDonald's.
no lunch
Freaking
at $5. Not even McDonald's meal at $5 anymore.
All right, so
You can't buy lunch.
even less than getting a lunch out at a fast food joint, which hopefully you're not eating too much of. Give up.
That's about $5.
Give up those donuts, okay? Help us keep helping you guys. Let's see. Our Springfield says, I don't believe I happened upon your live Q&A session by chance. I will see what I can do to help you all out. Oh, well, it's your first time. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can stay in touch. And if you'd also like to get our free ebook and free intro course, we still have that available if anyone is interested that has not become a member to the site yet. So you can learn a little bit more about our energy and physics principles and how they can help you with your martial arts journey. Go to entershaolin.com/gift. I'll put that link below in the comments for you here in a moment.
And your personal journey. NDN isn't just about the martial arts.
It's not.
It's a mental thing too. It's teaching you how to
Take control of
see
yourself.
life in a different way and how to control it through the NDN principles.
Yeah, and we're gonna be talking a whole lot more about having control of yourself, mind, body, and spirit when we launch Enter Shaolin 2.0. So you're gonna hear a lot more about that.
So when we do Enter Shaolin 2.0, I am going to be giving my daily thoughts.
Yeah.
And I've already got my mind to how I want to start writing. So
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, lots of good stuff. So if you'd like to
life
hang
lessons,
out
thoughts,
with us more,
perspective,
that's
stuff
where you're
like
gonna want to
Guess
do.
what I'm gonna be doing?
What are you gonna be doing?
LOL.
Editing more
Oh, I
videos.
thought you were saying LOL.
Editing, and then editing some more, and then editing some more.
But you know what? You're also making awesome music for Enter Shaolin.
I have been.
know,
Hey, you guys
yeah,
hear
a
what
lot
my
of
niece
really
have been
cool
making?
stuff.
She's been telling me what kind of stuff to make for I can't talk about it.
You can't talk about it right now? Okay, more on that next week. We'll share more with you on that, but lots of cool stuff. So if you want to be able to hang out with us more online, have your own space in Enter Shaolin where you can be able to write about your Kung Fu journey and your personal passions in life and things like that, and meet other really awesome, amazing people like that are in our family now and that will be coming soon. Definitely stay tuned for Enter Shaolin 2.0. It's gonna be really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing Sifu on the site more. I hope you guys are too.
Just one thing for all the people that are new. We've talked about the money and everything, but we're not doing this for the money.
Clearly
We get
not.
money for the business to keep it running. But honestly, we do it because two things. We love to, martial arts, and we like to share it, and we're very giving people. But we do it because we love to help as well, and if it can help make a difference for your lives to make it better, personally or martial arts or in any way, we are here for that. And I'm a teacher. I was born to be a teacher. That's my calling, and I like to teach. As you can see, I pass a lot of information out all the time. Sometimes I get yelled at for giving out too much information, but
Our members yell at us for giving out too much information.
But that's just I'm just one of those guys who like to help out people, and so we do this because we love it. We love to help out people. So we're not doing this for the money. If it was, we'd be doing a lot more monetary stuff.
No, we would have locked the doors a long time ago. That was
Kept
the
that.
case. Yeah. Now
So-
we do it for the passion, and we do it because God has put us all together to be able to get this information out to people, to help people transform their lives, mind, body, and spirit. That is why we're here. And let's see what other questions we have. And it put some links to help everyone out. Hopefully that will help you, especially some of the new people that came upon all of our goodies. Let me scroll up here. Six says, do your students promote the dojo in any kind of tournaments? Your science is pure and transferable to any fight game. I'm sure many of your students are able. We don't really
We
promote
don't do tournaments.
Yeah. Do you want to explain a little bit about that?
The problem with tournaments is there's rules and regulations that limit the your combat fighting. So there are a lot of things that you can and cannot do that if you train for that, you actually are. There's a movie called Red Belt, and what he says, it weakens the warrior. And it was a movie about a guy who was great at jujitsu, but he never competed because he thought competition weakens the warrior. It's a long story, but in the end, he never fought on the principle that you lose the combat art of it and you're doing more for the sports competition of it. And I agree with that. I definitely have experienced it firsthand. When you do rules, you train to win based on those rules. And there's a difference between like sport combat fighting and real combat fighting. For sport combat fighting, somebody asked that question before, like, what's the difference really if you're sparring a lot in competition versus real fight? The difference is it's not the reflexes, it's not the learn how to strike, it's learning how to get the power behind the strike that will end the fight. Just because, like in, for example, sports combat, like in Taekwondo, you're just doing these kicks. A lot of times, if you just tap the guy, it's enough to create the score and you reset. In fighting, there is no time to reset, and a tap is not enough to stop a guy from coming in on you. So there's a differences in that, and other rules like if you're not allowed to hit in the groin, so where a guy leaves his groin open, you have the opportunity to hit, but you train not to do that. In a street fight, it can mean the difference between your life or not. So I don't train by rules because I do think it takes away the art of combat for what it really is. Not to say like MMA, it's like the closest thing to a street fight you can come to. But again, they pace themselves, right? You know, a guy who's coming to your house who wants to kill you, he's going to come at you right away. So there's no time to pace. You got to handle it right then and there. There's no resetting. There's no rules. So like if you're training never to kick somebody in the knee in an MMA and a guy comes at you and his knee's exposed,
Right.
and you train not to do that, you said you do a round kick to his thigh because that's what you're used to doing sport combat. You gave him an opportunity to come in. If he had a knife, he can come in and stab you. So it's different. I saw a video where they had two military guys. One was from America, another guy was from, I forget what country it was. And they wanted to see, you know, in real combat, what is more effective. So it was a no holds barred, no rules, anything goes.
Oh yeah.
Except carrying a weapon. And the American guy ended the fight in less than 3 seconds. The other guy came in, he just took his finger, jabbed him in the eye, the fight was over. It was done. It doesn't take longer than that if you got to finish someone. You shouldn't be fighting just to hit. You fight to finish, and especially when your life's at stake. So we train for that type of purpose, for combative, for ending a fight, not trying to win on points.
Yeah.
I don't like tournaments. I did get talked into a tournament, and I was destroying the people. But again, because these rules were put on me,
Yeah, you were getting like
I was very frustrated.
trouble.
Like the Wing Chun I did, you weren't allowed to hit the face. So everybody just dropped their guards, and I instinctively don't put my hands on the face because it's like you dropped the guard, and I get yelled at for that. And everyone's thinking, man,
You're doing the right
by
stuff.
bringing their head down, covering their chest, their face, and bringing their hands down their chest so you can't hit them in the chest. So it was like I threw them instead. But it's just, and people start to, when you do tournaments, I'm not saying for everybody, it's most tournaments, but if you start focusing on tournaments, you start focusing on combative in those rules, and it limits you as a fighter, which is why that movie Red Belt, he says it weakens the warrior. Rules will weaken your training to your optimal performance. That's my belief. Other people don't. That's fine. This is my belief. I do see that it does weaken your ability to create proper striking in real street situations.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking to actually test your skill fully, like it's really not an accurate way to do that because
For
again,
tournaments,
there's rules.
I've
you
had
know?
tons of students, and my students spar with people who do tournaments, and my students kill them. They kill them because they're not used to the fighting outside of that rule. And when my students don't fight that way, it's like, what the heck?
Yeah, I was gonna
You can't
say,
do
we
that.
usually, I know Super Larry
so-
was talking about this one guy, and he was like, "You fight dirty," and he's like, no, I fight to deal with any situation. It's not fighting dirty. If your life's at stake, like that's what we train for. We're not training. I mean, yes, we train because we love what we do, and it's for the health and the fitness and the mindset and all that good stuff. Those are all great benefits of it. But at the end of the day, it's also to be able to protect ourselves. And there is no rules on the street when you're dealing with people. There's just none. So yeah, that's our thoughts. But yeah, that's why we don't really recommend or promote that type of stuff. But you know, to each their own. If you love doing tournaments, like we're not saying don't do them. That's you. That's your kung fu journey. We're just letting you know what ours is. That's all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ed says, I jumped on board during one of your Abbott sales before. Best thing I've ever done for myself. Well, thank you, Ed, for investing in yourself and helping us keep doing the inner Shaolin. I really appreciate you. Baki says, how to defeat super fast fighters who only tap and move, no, or jab and move, I think is what he meant to say, because it was like jab. So it was kind of
Yeah,
mixed with
quick
the two words.
hands,
Yeah,
quick
quick hands. No chance for any real contact to 3C them.
Okay, so when people move fast hands, you have two choices. You can go into grappling state and negate that by taking them to the ground, or two, you do what we call weapon striking. Okay, fast hands means that they're hitting quick and draw them away quick. It means that they're not really engaging with their body though. So if persons who do fast hands like this, they're more like this, and when they throw their body, it actually slows you down because it's more mass to move. So the rule I like to use is if they like to keep their distance and keep fast hands, don't strike the body, strike the limbs. It's what we call weapon striking. Weapon striking is a tactic that when people, especially like people who are fast or people with very long limbs that you can't get into the body, they keep their space, they keep their distance. So you can't hit their body, hit their arms, hit their legs instead. Weapon strike is very efficient, very effective. I actually sparred a boxer who kept jabbing me, trying to keep it away. So every time he did, I kept hitting his arms. After a while, his arms started hurting. He's like pulling his arms in, and he didn't bring his arms out anymore because every time he did, he felt it hit. It's like and so weapon strike is a very, very great technique, and you can do the exact same thing, even though he's fast. Right, two things slows you down. Right. Tiring them out physically or creating more distance. So if a guy is fast and he's trying to hit quick jabs and everything, make it hard for him by keeping the distance, make him close in on you. So if they're doing this, no, don't punch hard because I'm going to keep this light. Just give me a very light punch because I'm going to turn the energy in.
Are not fun.
But weapon striking is damaging the limbs. So she's punching very slowly, not much. So you would, because it's going to hit you. So you would actually just do a jab back, but turning your wrist. So when someone's jabbing you, you turn the wrist. So you keep tight and you just let this. You may take the distance, let them reach for that hand for a fast strike. But if you keep more distance, obviously it's going to take them longer. So keep your space. Someone's fast hands, boom, 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 goes like this. Keep the distance. He has to reach now. Now it's going to
hit the limbs
and then strike the limbs.
Yep.
Use the heel, the palm, the back of the wrist, back of the knuckles, depending on which way they strike, and use quick, small jab moves. You want to jab them back, basically.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna open hands so it doesn't hurt so bad. But if she's like giving me a fast punch, I just go like this. So I just go into that. So I just keep this very small. I don't want to expose myself because I do reach out because I expose myself. I would keep everything tight, thin and tight. So I treat the space just so, and I just create the space, and then when I start doing the damage, then it starts to make them pull in. When they pull in because they don't want to reach out, then you can close in the distance. You use your legs first to close in the distance, then use your hands. So if a person does have very fast hands or they're very tall, I always like to say like weapon strike or use your legs to kick. But if you're talking about just hand striking, weapon striking is the best thing to do. Me, I would use my legs as my first weapon all the time if I have the space. If I don't have the space, yes, I use your hands. But we're in a situation where like this first, I keep myself seated and I would go into that first. I would just bring my hands up for them to see that and then throw a kick in. Feigning is the best way to create entrance if you're coming from a distance.
Kegler, you don't need $1,500 for the year. We were just saying that's how much we made in ad revenue on YouTube for the year. It's actually, if you want to join the YouTube premium membership, it's only $4.99 a month. So it's not $1,500 per year. Or I don't know if you have the Abbott on Inner Shaolin, but we have it on sale for $2,000 off the normal sticker price for that. So it's only $1,000, and that's for lifetime access to the training vault on InnerShaolin.com. So yeah, we're not asking for $1,500 a year from anyone. So I just want to clarify that real quick in case someone else is thinking that. But, or maybe you're trying to say you can't afford to live on this $1,500 a year, and ditto. So let's see here. Hey, Melanie, good to see you on, sis. Dr. Robbie, the cost of coffee a month, and you could learn one martial arts lesson that changes your martial arts trajectory. Sounds worth it to me. Well, thank you, Dr. Robbie. I think it sounds worth it as well. And since we have lots of comments on our YouTube channel, seeing all kinds of awesome stuff, we have people that are like, I watch your guys' video all the time. That means there's lots of lessons that can change your Kung Fu journey in your life. Let's see. Kegler, I love Enter Shaolin. Thank you. Don says, strength is strength, but athletics is athletic ability. Right on. Melanie says, I love Seafood Larry's music. Yeah, we've been making a lot of awesome music. I can't wait to release the new stuff. And we will be making our audio available for purchase too, as well. We already have one for our Qigong and Tai Chi that is going to be ready to go as soon as we launch Enter Shaolin 2.0. And then we're working on our second album that's going to be more for just regular training, though it could be used for Qigong and Tai Chi if you want, but it's more fast-paced type of stuff for working out or studying or needing to stay focused, working and stuff like that, just to keep yourself energized and focused. So that's what we've been focusing on for the second album. Let's see, Darren says, best value for money on the net. I'm halfway through my beginner's course, and he's talking about the NDN 101 course, in case you don't know what that is, and feeling super fit and confident. Darren, you're looking super fit and confident. I saw you a couple webinars ago. You're looking good, brother. He says, do yourself a favor with a life improvement. You'll save money. Absolutely. And yes, the small investment we're asking for you to help us to keep doing what we're doing is going to save you tons of money over time. So really, it is a win-win situation for all of us. Let's see. Melanie says, my wrist is mostly better. It still hurts if I put pressure on the wrong angle. Well, I'm glad you're starting to heal up. Just keep taking care of that. And I don't know if you've been doing any of the wrist strengthening exercises in the core training section, Melanie, but I'd highly, highly recommend that. To help just get it stretched out and just get you stronger in that area too. Kegler says 9 months it took for me to start healing. Yeah, depending on your injury and other things that are going on, like if you're super stressed out or have like just a lot of things on your mind, you can actually slow down your healing process too. That's another thing we'll be talking about in Shaolin 2.0 is how to stop being a hindrance to your own growth and your own healing, because that's not cool to do. Kegler says, I enter lots of tournaments, competition, contests, and about, I guess, is what he meant to say. Yes, Kegler, I know, because you always are sending me stuff, letting me know about your tournaments and everything.
Bouts.
Bouts?
B-O-U-T-S. Bouts.
Bouts. What's about?
Bouts. It's like challenges, fights, you know, like
about. I've never heard everyone call it that before. Okay, I just learned something new. Cool. Don said, martial arts is not a sport, it's a way of life. Absolutely. And that's really what we want to drive home for people. It's not really, I mean, it can be a hobby, but it really should be something to integrate into your daily life. We talk about this all the time, the no knock knock principles, right? They're for energy and physics. You are moving all the time. You are dealing with energy all the time. So you can literally take these principles and apply them to your everyday life to be able to make your life be a lot more smooth through all of the bumps and rough spots. And also just help you to use those principles a whole lot better if you find yourself in an altercation, because while you've been practicing all day long. A. Toby says, the 3 proof is foolproof was what drew me into Enter Tai Chi, Enter Shaolin. And I'm very happy 3 years later. Thank you for being a part of our family, brother. A. Toby is in Chicago. If anyone on here is out that way, I'm hoping I think you'll be a good person to maybe start a training club out in Chicago. We'll talk more about that. So as Enter Shaolin 2.0 is launched, we're going to be creating an ambassador program, and it's not something that our ambassadors have to do. And that's just gonna be a way for people when they refer people to entershaolin.com and our membership site and our community, that they can earn money for referring people to us, which hopefully help them fund their training and a whole lot more over time. But we're also gonna have where people can start training clubs in their areas. There'll be select people that we pick. I know A. Toby is one of the people we've been thinking about. We have some other like Melanie's on here, probably John and a couple other people as well, that Seafood Larry and I have been kind of like creating a list of people that we want to talk to about training, creating these training clubs out in their area, because that way it'll help you guys and gals to be able to fund your training as well as have more training partners to work with and all that good stuff. Excuse me. I think I need some water. And the whole purpose of that is we want to help people to really be able to get the principles and not have to worry about like not having training partners. That seems to be like one of the biggest things that people have issue with is I don't have a training partner right now. But the good news is 2/3 of your training can be done solo right now. So even if you don't have a training partner right now, don't sweat it. Our goal with Enter Shaolin 2.0 is to help a lot more people find their training partners and maybe even create a training club in your area that we can come out to and do some extra training with y'all. So that is what we're looking to do, especially here in the United States. And then eventually we'll be able to expand the training clubs throughout the world. So Kagler says, yes, it's part of my walk with Jesus. Love it. Akbar says, hi, Sifu. I understand you don't believe in blocking, but intercepting punches to get into center line. Even then, how realistic is it to hit the attacker's forearms when they strike? Action, reaction?
It's not action, reaction. It's initiation. Look, the difference between blocking, which you see everybody does, right? Block, here's attack. That's small. So if I'm bring my arm up, this is me attacking, this is me blocking. Not much of a difference. The only difference is really you turn your wrist into the point. You focus the energy into them. Attacking does not mean extension all the time. It just means initiating the energy into the point. So I don't have to reach. If they're already trying to punch me, I can just let them do most of the work. All I have to do is meet them. It's kind of like a baseball player, swinging a bat. He doesn't have to swing his bat at the pitcher's mound. The guy's bringing the ball through the past the plate to the catcher. So you just have to find the right timing and wait for that moment for you to accelerate that wrist turn. So, for example, like she's throwing a hook punch, right? Swing with this hand. So I can block like this. That's me just bring my arm up, block. Right? She's punching me. I can just block. Right? That's a block. She does it again. That's a hit. The difference is me turning my wrist so the bone focus the energy into her arm versus just doing it where it's receiving. I call that receiving hands versus initiating hands. She swings my head. I initiate that so I can come in. So I really want to just come up versus I bring it up. There's a difference. I turn it into the arm as opposed to letting the arm come to me. I am letting them come to me, but the last moment I am creating that little turn to initiate the hit. So that's the difference. She's still on a straight punch. I might be able to go like this. No, straight.
Sorry.
And I might be able to go like this. And just bring this. This is the block, right? Versus like this, and then turning the bone in there. That's really the difference between creating your ability to strike versus letting them strike you. You do what I like to call initiating points as opposed to receiving the point. So you really just create those small little movements. So when people strike, it's very small. It's not big. If you're doing this, then you're reaching, and that's bad. That's bad in whether you're attacking or you're blocking, because you're overextending. We never overextend. We want to hit the point, never go past the point. So our job is to never feel like you're going here and reaching your hands out. If she's punching me, look, she's punching me. No matter where it is, she's punching me again. No, punch my face. Or anyway, punch your face. So I really just stay right within the zone. So if she's punching me, I will just stay in there. I'm already in. So I just go right in. I don't waste the time. She's swinging a punch. I just bring it up and I come in. Again, I am putting pressure into the point. I'm not trying to let them put the pressure into me. I am putting the pressure into them. They may throw the first punch. I'm the one that lands the first punch. Okay, that's basic rule. Let them throw it. They can be thrown first, but who's the one that lands the strike first? It's my job to land it first. They can initiate. I just initiate into their arm. They initiate the move. I initiate the hit. So that's really what your goal is to do. Your hands can be very small. Again, I use the base and the wrist to create these hits. They're not big. They can be very tight. So you can see these are hits. These are all hits.
So how realistic is it? It's very realistic.
I've done it like that. Right. I was just saying earlier, I sparred some boxers before, and when they kept in the distance on the jab, all I do is I weapon struck their wrists, the arm with my wrist and my arms and the arm, and they felt the hit. They're like, "Oh my gosh!" Seafood Larry did it with one guy. He gave the biggest frog. I remember him telling me the story, but he weapon struck people who like to stay distance, who have
it does not feel good.
Who want to throw fast hands. Weapon striking is the best way to do it.
And people are not used to being hit like that either. So
yes, people are used to getting the arms blocked, but not hit. So we want to create the hits. There's a technique. It's like that. It's very small. This is receiving. This is initiating. Very slight difference in terms of the movement. It's just I turn my wrist into the point. So when I hit their arm, I'm turning the energy into them versus leaving it up and just letting the energy come into me. So I'm not falling on a boulder. I'm having a boulder fall on me. There's a difference in impact, right? You fall on the boulder, it breaks you. If the boulder falls on you, it turns you to powder. It just flattens you. And so I'm not letting their energy come to me. I'm not falling into the rock. I'm making the rock fall on. I'm the one initiating the energy not the one receiving the energy. So that's the difference. Like they can throw the punch, but when we make contact, who's really sending the energy?
Who's
to
hitting who?
And so the hit is basically getting the base and the torque to come out and create the strike.
Yes, Kagler. Yes, he said enlightening. $4.99 a month. Yes, for the YouTube membership for Enter Tai Chi. If you click the join button, it explains everything. But if you guys go on our channel, if some of the videos say members content only, that's what that's about. That's what that is. So super affordable, and we purposely did that on purpose. Don says, "What did Miyagi say about fighting?" And he also said he had to go, and he said, "God bless to everyone." Thank you so much. God bless to you too, brother. And John says, "I'm an Abbott member and it is worth every bit of it. I still have not yet get to all the lessons and have been here a while." Yes, and realistically, in intercelling.com for the sale that we're having for our training vaults, that's for the lifetime offer. That's intercelling.com/go. I did put a link in the checkout, or not, sorry, into the chat a little bit ago, but I will put those at the end before we wrap up too, just in case someone missed them, that we don't have to scroll back up. And there's at least a good 15 years worth of training, and we're not done putting stuff in there. I had someone reach out to me last week and was like, "So like, what does this mean that it's going away and but there's a sale and da da da?" I'm like, "Well, it's going away to the public, meaning only a couple times a year will we make that available for other people outside of Enter Shaolin to be able to get access to it, but it's going to be a lot more. So if you want to save a lot of money and get access to our full training vault, go to intercelling.com/go and go check out that special offer. I think there's like a little over a day. I think it ends tomorrow at midnight. And I don't think I'm able to do an extension on that. I don't think so, because we've extended that already a little bit longer than we planned. So definitely take advantage of that while you can. Kagler says Miyagi is a fictional character, but proverbial character. Yeah, man, don't mess with the Miyagi. Okay. Stick says, "Make your normal stance your fighting stance. Make your fighting stance your normal stance." Sifu, yes. Melanie said that's a good idea. HLB says, "Proud Abbott and visited in person. Best money spent. Now I'm looking to get back to full throttle. Nigong still hard on my knees. Need help." All right, we'll work on you on the members only one. If you can join us through video, we can see what you're doing, see if there's something going on with your form. Stick says, "Sifa's advice about maintaining a strong base or battle posture has on its own visual merits neutralized a lot of threats in my ghetto." You know, it's all about how you carry yourself. If you look like a victim, people will victimize you, period, end of story. I've been in lots of places. I lived in the ghetto when I first lived in Ohio. I've been to other ghettos all over the place, up and down the East Coast. And people always ask me, "Aren't you scared? Aren't you worried about this?" Da, da, da. No, it's all about how you carry yourself. I'm not afraid no matter where I go, because I'm confident in my own abilities, and I also pay attention to what's going on around me. And I also let people know, if they're looking at me, I'm looking at you too. Okay, I see you. Okay, so I'm glad that's working for you. It's all about that.
I want to make more clarity.
Yeah.
The whole tournament, I've been thinking about it, and it's something that's come up in my entire time training.
Okay.
With Sifu. And when I was over 20 years ago, I thought maybe I need to go in tournaments and see how good I was or whatever. And I didn't go that route. I just did security instead. And that's a story for a different day. But
there's some stories.
As I've gotten better over the years, and I've become more leaning towards the internalist side of a martial artist than an externalist side of a martial artist, to read a person's energy and to understand really what's going on that level, you got to get rid of a couple of things. One of them is your own pride and your own ego. And as you get rid of your own pride and your own ego, the need to compete or prove things to people starts to dissolve. So as I gotten better over the years, my desire to go prove things or test things diminished. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that we don't train intensely or aggressively or in all kinds of ways. And a lot of times I think in a lot of the training sessions I've had, they're probably more aggressive and rougher than a lot of tournaments I've seen. So I feel that, all the years I trained with Sifu, And it was never really something that we thought about, hey, we got to go compete, we got to go prove this, because we would just train. I would train with people from every martial arts style, people who competed all the time, and it was just still the same thing. We do what we do. Science is science, and it's not about pride. It's not
Facts
about
are facts.
ego. It's just about facts.
Facts are facts. Let's see. Ari says, Sifu, hello from Russia. Thanks for your lessons. I seldom watch your video, but it helps me to understand a lot of things. Well, I hope you watch our videos a whole lot more so we can help you more. Melanie said, oh, okay, you're talking to Don. Check it. Got it. Scroll back. Baki says, oos to all future successful Indian teachers and practitioners. Thank you. Thank you. And Baki says, congrats to Adi Toby, Melanie, and John. Pegler says, I'd like to one day open an Shaolin chapter in my area, but I have to learn. Well, you definitely need to join the website if you're not already a part of that. In order to do that, you're going to have to be an Abbott member. You're going to have to be a VIP member. And that's just like the base curriculum to get started through that process, because it's going to be really hard to teach if you don't have access to all the training.
And you have to practice.
Sense. Well, yeah, there's a whole lot more to it. That's just the base bare minimum part to get going to that. So hopefully you figure out all that good stuff. Absolutely. Because we would love to have you and other people be a part of Inner Shaolin's family. Baki says, Stick says, energy turns to point. Yeah, we're talking about your forward energy, meaning you're moving into that person's space. So you're moving your energy forward. So you'll hear us talk about these different energy principles. If you're not familiar with any of them yet, get our ebook, get our intro course. That'll help break down the basics, because we're gonna have to wrap this up because we have a members webinar we got to get ready for in the next 15 minutes. Go to entershaolin.com/gift and go sign up to the free intro course.
So just to clarify, energy turn to point means that you are turning your focus into the point of contact, so the energy goes in them. Think of a block, striking a block. The impact is hard. If that block hits on a corner, or like like a little axe wedge, what will do more damage? It will swing the block. If two blocks were just like hitting each other versus one in the corner versus hitting on the side, the one that hit in the corner and hitting the side is going to do more damage because it's more focused energy, and that's our goal. Create the focus energy to create like an axe. You're turning it into a single point and you're putting the energy into them so you can cause more damage.
Yeah.
Smaller surface area, basically.
Carla says, I've learned a lot from Inner Shaolin. Thank you. Baki says, awesome weapon striking, especially street fights. It's distance fighters or bull rushers. Yeah. Works on all the above. Baki says, facts, lived in West Philly, and that's correct. Carry yourself like you belong and are aware and seem calm. Yeah, I've taken my daughter over to Philly, and we've walked all over in different parts of the city and stuff, even when she was younger and everything like that. I never felt worried or concerned because I stayed aware of my personal area, peripheral, and all that good stuff. And I know how to carry myself. I've had many people tell me before, strangers, like, you look like a person I don't want to mess with. And I'm like, good. That's exactly what I want. Kegler says, for my self-training, I either do bodybuilding or strength training, conditioning, or aerobics. We do a lot of similar stuff with bodybuilding, strength training, and all that good stuff. Though with bodybuilding, we're all about staying within the bounds of what our natural body is. Like, we don't like to get bigger than what God naturally meant for us to be, because it does tend to slow you down a bit. So in our core training section on entershaolin.com, we have tons of calisthenics and all kinds of body conditioning stuff in there. So Kagler, when you do get the finances up to be a part of that, you're going to really, really enjoy that part. John says, tournament was fun when younger, and get the kids interested till they get the discipline to keep going with the real stuff. Oh yeah, for kids, I think tournaments can be really fun because it does help them to, like, a lot of times get over some of their fears and different things like that with dealing with different people and energies. So there's definitely, like everything, there's pluses and minuses. It's all about what makes sense for your Kung Fu journey. Kagler says, I have my own style I teach though. Awesome. Well, what people don't get about Enter Shaolin and what we do is we're not telling you to get rid of your own style. We're trying to say, hey, take these principles and enhance them. We have a motto, don't let style define you, let energy refine you. And that's because we deal with people of all walks of life, all different types of martial arts backgrounds, all different, years and skin in the game and all that stuff, from teachers to people that have been training 40 to 50 years as students and then some, as well as complete newbies. And it's all irrelevant because we're talking about physics and energy principles that they don't care what style you're teaching. They work, period, end of story. So if you want to enhance what you're doing, we're going to teach you how to do that. So we're not telling you have to throw out the baby with the bathwater. We're saying, let us help you refine and perfect what you do. So it doesn't matter how big someone is, how strong they are, you're able to deal with it. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Kegler says, I was born in the street of Buffalo. Literally in the street? I'm just curious. I know what you're saying.
Literally in Buffalo?
Bucky says the axe cuts right through. Yeah, right on. Right on. All right, family. I will put those links back in there again. Actually, you know what? I'm going to share my screen with y'all real quick just so you guys can see it, because that'll be even better for me to share my screen with you, and then we will wrap this up. For Caesar, since I don't know if he had to go or what exactly happened, but we will get back to Caesar. Hopefully he can join on the members webinar. And if not, I will reach out to him and get some clarification on what he wants us to cover. And worst case scenario, we'll cover it with you guys and gals next week. So let me show this real quick. Share my screen. See if you want to take a break, you can follow me know so you can stick around. It's all good either way. All right. So all right, I'm going to show you guys real quick. So this is our sale for lifetime training vault. So if you guys go to this link.
Wow, it looks so clean.
I'm just waiting and waiting. Sorry guys, it's storming here. It's been raining like off and on like all day, but we're going to do this anyways. You can watch this video, explains what we're doing, why we're doing it and all that stuff. But once you're done, click on that and that is going to take you to the page where you can sign up and find out. So as you can see, there's one day and 6 hours left of this sale. And this is for entershaolin.com. This has nothing to do with what we're talking about, the $4.98 thing on Enter Tai Chi. Those are completely separate, different content, way more in-depth training. I'll show you guys around. If you go to our main join page at entershaolin.com/join, you will see that it's $2,997, but we have a huge discount. One more day left, 1 day and 6 hours left. You can join for one payment of $997. We have a two payment plan or a 10 payment plan to break it down for those that may need to do that. And this talks about everything that's in there and all that stuff. I'm going to show you guys around real quick. Let me jump back over to here. I'm going to X out of this banner and I'll show you guys a little bit in the training vault. So give me a moment here. So when you join Enter Shaolin, this would say welcome home in your name. And if you join as Abbott, then your access level will say Abbott here. And this is where the No Deck Not intro course is. So even if you're signing up today for just the intro course because you're new and you're like, hey, let me find out about these energy principles, use physics, I want the ebook, I want the intro course, you would sign up and get logged into the free course. And that's going to be here. All of our members get access to that, and you can go check that out there. Also, for our regular members, whether they're juniors or Abbotts or seniors, they get access to our 52-week syllabus course. This is what Darren was talking about. He called it the beginner course. And this is literally your syllabus for the next year. There's other training that you can do besides this. And this is why we do an orientation. So we can find out your personal training goals, make personal training recommendations to you to get you started off with a bang. But in here, this is like the base stuff that we really want you to focus on to get a really good structure and understand a little bit more about why we do all the things we do here at Enter Shaolin. And then there's the main training hall, which I'll show you primarily that so you guys can see what I'm talking about in here. And then we also have Abbott rewards and a bunch of other cool stuff. All that stuff is on the sales page where you guys and gals can check that out. So in the Kwoon, we have Nodak Na, we have core training, Qigong, Jina, Wing Chun, Tai Chi. We have some women's based scenarios that we've had members write into asking us to do, though it could apply to a man because, you know, you could get pinned down on the ground, you could get pinned up against a wall too. So everything in there is something that you can apply even if you're a dude. So it's all good. We also have our ground fighting, and we also have a lot of footage from our NDN seminars. So I'm just going to show you around, I'll show you around the Wing Chun one real quick. All these are kind of set up similar. So that's why I'm not going to walk you through all of them. But in the Wing Chun section, or any of them that have forms, this is how it's set up. There'll be an intro video at the top, just kind of explaining what you can expect from the course. And then we break everything down into modules. So if it is form-based, you're going to have the form. And then in the next module, you'll have things like techniques and application. And we're still adding to this. So even though we're closing down public access to this, we're still adding content into this for our members. So it's still going to be relevant. Someone asked, like, you know, am I going to need this? Is it going to be irrelevant? Is it just going to be old? Well, first of all, everything that we teach you is timeless, meaning it's as old as time. It's going to be evergreen. It's going to work today, tomorrow, thousands of years from now. It's never going to go out of style. So you don't have to ever worry about that. All the content we teach you is just going to keep expanding and growing. So this is going to be a really great resource, especially for someone that wants to just, one, understand how to do this for life and be able to keep implementing and adding more into their training and refining what they do. And especially if you're a teacher or you want to become a teacher or instructor with us, you definitely are going to want to have this resource. So you see we have footwork, we have Chum Kyul, the application breakdown, techniques, and Mukjong, and on and on. And basically everything's kind of set up similar to this. So the only thing that would be different is if there's no form. I'll show you into the core training section. Also in the Wing Chun section, the Nodak Na section, and a lot of the other different sections, we do have sections for solo practice and training. But in the core training, almost everything in here is a solo training thing. So you can go in here and you can just train to your heart is content. There's all kinds of stuff with inside of Enter Shaolin that can be done even if you don't have a partner to train with. So don't ever worry about that. We will focus on helping you to get a training partner when the time is right. There's lots of training that you can do. So in the core training, since there's no actual forms, we break it down into, and in case you're not sure what core is, combat, offense, reflex, and energy training. We have it broken down by body parts. So we have stuff for your arms, which also has a lot of wrist training and things like that in there, which I was referring to Melanie. There's lots of wrist training to help her to strengthen her wrist and be able to help it to keep moving forward in her healing process. We have stuff for the body. If you guys think you can do lots of push-ups, I promise you, if you do them the Sifu Fu's way, you're going to find out that you can't do as much as you thought you can. So just like with everything else, it's all about the body mechanics. It's all about the physics and making sure you get the most out of every single movement. We also have legs. We have stretching, we have monthly conditioning routines for people that like to have routines, and we have one of my favorite places, body and bone conditioning. These are all done in a partner-based thing, but they can also be done solo with a tree, a jong, a broomstick, a rolling pin, and all kinds of other stuff. So there's lots of cool stuff in here, and that's just some of it. I could go on and on, but I know we need to wrap it up because it is almost time for the members only webinar. So yeah, there's tons of stuff in the body section, Baki, for abs. There's lots of ab stuff in the body section. Becky says, the site looks beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. And I'm actually going to be redoing some of what you see. So that is what the site has been looking like for a while, but there's going to be a lot of additional things that will be added onto there to be able to just make the flow even better. Going to be some changes of graphics and different things like that. I'm really hoping you guys are going to enjoy it. For our members, I'm going to be showing you a sneak peek at some of our new virtual rooms that I've been working on and some other cool stuff, because there's going to be a virtual room component to Enter Shaolin 2.0. So I will be sharing more with you guys and gals on that soon. Caesar says, Sifu Fu, I have my book Bleed of the Morning Star and I'm on page 158 and I love it. I don't know if he can hear me, but I'll make sure he knows that. I'll make sure he knows that, Caesar. Thank you for sharing that. And let's see. John says NDN works for all system and makes it better beyond anything you can think of. Absolutely. Absolutely. So again, family, if you want to join our online membership training site, the Training Vault, get access to our full training, go to nrshaolin.com/go. Or if you'd like to support us on YouTube and, you know, give up a coffee or one water a month for $4.99, make sure to click the join button below this video or any of the videos on our Enter Tai Chi channel. All right, fam, it was great seeing you all. We'll see you again next week. Members, I'll see you in a couple minutes on Zoom. Peace, fam. We love you all and God bless.